hopefully this is going to go well. I've had a very interesting day today. One challenge after another. Okay, waiting for it to show up on my phone. Hi, you guys. We are on live. It's saying we are live right now. It takes a few minutes for it to bounce over to the phone. So I'm going to wait for the picture to show up on the phone, and then we will start talking. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Okay, got my volume down. There we go. Yay. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for coming. It's Friday Night Fun. Yeah. And who do I have sitting right next to me right here? Would you like to introduce yourself, All Things Country? Tell us
sure thing.
Like us to call you, whether it's All Things ATC or by your real name. You can keep your real name out. You can decide your name is Fred. Whatever you want.
Most folks on here call me ATC.
ATC. Okay, guys. So this is ATC. We're going to go through and say hi to everybody. I know the link is up at the top. Think about your questions. I hope you took a few minutes to get over and watch a few videos so you'd have some good questions. I started the question book again. So remember, if you have good questions and we want to use them for future, we will use them for future. Okay, Gentleman Prospector. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. My Muddy Mess. Great to see you. I'm on a different computer. My Apple guy's having issues. All Things Country. Great to see you. You're always so funny, man. Down we go. Kingfisher. Are you still awake? Hello, my friend. Jill, good morning. Tired? It's not even dark yet here, honey. You're on my time. It's 6 o'clock. JB, thank you for the memberships. That's very, very kind of you. I appreciate that. Down we go. I'm having a hard time with the mouse. I bought an HP and it does everything different than the Mac. And if you guys all remember when I first got the Mac, I was like, ah! Well, now I'm back to the HP and I'm going, ah! My fingers aren't working well. Careless Whispers. Good to see you. Down we go. Boom. Remember, if you ask questions, put ATC, you have hair?
That's kind of a running joke.
Angie and Rick is in the house. Guys, remember, go check out Angie and Rick. Share out Angie and Rick. Angie and Rick, would you like to be interviewed? They're almost at 2K. And once they hit 2K, they have a big giveaway planned. And oh my gosh, look at how washed out this camera makes me. I'm not sick. I'm not this white, you guys. We'll figure it out. Hopefully my other camera will be up and my other computer will be up and running by my next live. I'm so ghostly white. I don't know. Oh, well, that's what it's going to be. John Mayo, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Jim Still is in the house. You actually made it. I'm very, very proud of you. And Talca is in the house. Hello, Talca. Come on, Talca. There you go. You're in the house. Nice to see you guys. Oh yeah, see, my color is all wrong. Real quick, how do I adjust that? Well, I'm not going to pretend I know how because I think I'll mess up everything. Let's not mess up everything. Angie says, sure, call me and we will schedule. Good idea. I'd like to get it done before you do your big 2000 giveaway. Okay, let's go. So ATC is what this gentleman would like to be called. I got some history on ATC, but we're going to first have him tell us what he would like us to know about him. What would you like to know? Us to know all things country.
Really, to be honest, anyone that watches my channel pretty much knows what I'm all about. I like to have a good time. My YouTube channel is only, this is my 8th month of regularly posting videos. And anyone that hangs out with me, I like to be active in the community, and anyone that likes to hang out with me knows that I like to have a good time, and it's all about having good, clean fun. A lot of inside jokes. It's one of the most proud things I am about my time on YouTube is the community that I have and the friends that I've made. I do a live regularly every Sunday from 4 to 6 Eastern, and it's a fantastic group of people. And I got to tell you, it makes doing a live so easy when you have good friends around and people that can carry the chat and talk amongst themselves. And because I do things like I forget to, I put my sluice mats in backwards and I forget to charge the sluice battery, or I forgot something and I got to, because I do my lives in the backyard which, I live on 10 acres, so it's a big backyard. And I got to run in the house. And, these guys, fantastic community, and they carry it for themselves, right? They're the show, right? It makes it so easy for me.
Nice. Okay, are you ready for questions?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, remember, you don't have to answer everything I ask. And I ask funny questions because they actually get to know you. One of the things I really believe, and whether you wish for your channel to grow big or it's a hobby or whatever you want to do with it, I think you get more loyal followers the more they actually know the person. And so these are kind of questions just to get to know you better. Okay.
Sure.
Where do you live?
I live in Ontario, Canada. I am actually 25 minutes from the border with New York and half an hour west of Quebec.
Cool. So you're really close to the United States.
I am. I prospect both in Canada and the U.S., actually.
Do you have streams on your property that you can prospect?
So the current property that I'm on now, and there's a pretty good story behind that, is not in a gold-bearing area. So I'm ex-military, and the first thing I did when I had money, being in the military here in Canada, you live on base. So when I bought my first property, it actually wasn't a house; it was a camp. So it was my cottage, and it's about 2 hours drive from here, and that is where I have a stream and a small lake and a little cabin, and that's my getaway. That's
super cool. Oh, we should also say that you do more than panning gold. You do magnet fishing. Do you do any metal detecting? Yes, you do metal detecting.
I do.
Too, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I knew that too.
My next video coming out next week, I just released one today, is actually my biggest annual score metal detecting video. We live
nice.
So in the area where I live, we have North America's biggest Highland Games Festival. So all the Scottish stuff, the caber toss, the kilts, the pipe bands. The town itself has, I don't live in the town, but the town itself has 1,200 people in it. And during this weekend, starting tomorrow, over the weekend, they have over 100,000 people visit it. And I'm of Scottish ancestry, so in true Scottish fashion, I'm going to go behind with my metal detector and pick up all the change that they drop.
That is super cool to have something like that in your area. Do you guys have a lot of relic history too where you live?
We do. So I'm in the Upper Canada area. I'm in the, believe it or not, for those folks that may not know history, the United States and Canada were at war at one point. The War of 1812, and the bulk of that battle took place in my area. So we have a lot of relics from that war, or musket balls, cannonballs, all that good stuff that you can go out and find, and just great places to come out and explore as well.
Very, very cool. Because you do outdoor survival stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really. When I built my channel, the whole idea was it kind of just follows whatever I'm into. That's why, prospecting and treasure hunting is kind of my main thing. I'm also an avid hunter and fisherman. But that's why when I built my channel, I called it All Things Country, because I didn't want to, bucket myself into one little thing that's always what I have to be doing, right? So.
Yeah, I did something similar. I'm the niche. You're the niche. So then you can go do all kinds of stuff. And I'm gonna say one more time, you guys. We have Zed coming in. Hello, Zed. Hello, Van Hala. Good to see you. I'm sorry, I'm washed out. I'm perfectly healthy. I'm okay. I pulled a new laptop really quick and didn't have time to play with it. And the camera's making me look like a ghost. So today I'm a ghost. It's okay. I'm healthy. I don't need text messages, guys. I'm healthy. I'm doing okay. I'm fine. Okay, if you were immortal, here we go. How would you spend your life?
Wow. I didn't know we were going this deep. You know what?
You can be as light as deep as you want.
So my goal for retirement. So I'm going to use my goal for my retirement as what I would do if I was immortal. My goal is to be completely self-sustaining. So I do have a large garden. I have livestock. I have I do canning. I'm into what they call prepping. I know folks see prepping or hear prepping, especially on YouTube, and they think of crates of ammo buried in your backyard and zombie survival. I'm not into that stuff. But real self-sustaining life and kind of living off the land, and that's kind of I'm in the process of installing solar at my camp so that I can retire there and be completely off the grid. So that would be what I would do, and then just keep on doing the things I love to do: hunting, fishing, panning for gold, metal detecting, all that great stuff.
Good answer. Angie would like to know, do you know where Orilla, Ontario is? There's a campground there on Bass Lake.
Yeah, I know where Aurelia is. That's just, I believe, west of Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. Angie can correct me on that. But
cool. Angie from West Virginia, but she gets. I am so sorry. This hasn't hung all day long, and of course now it's going to start hanging.
Not a problem.
What do people misunderstand about you? We'll go to some lighter questions in a second.
No, it's fine. It's fine, Kelly. No problem. When I'm a little more background on me. I own my own business. I'm an industrial engineer. When I'm away from work, I think, let's put work aside. At work, I'm very, very intense. But that's because I'm very goal oriented and goal driven. And when you own your own business, you have to keep your clientele and you're driven. Away from work, I am the exact opposite. And one of the things, I'll give you a good example. It's just because of the area where I live. I live very rural. I like to call people pal. Over the years, the word pal has gotten a really weird connotation, right? Hey, pal, it's not a friendly word. Well, around where I come from, it's a friendly word. And I think people in general just misunderstand my demeanor, that everything I say is kind of at face value. That's kind of the person that I am. So when you ask what people misunderstand about me, it's I think it would be my intention is why is this guy so friendly? I'm very introverted, but when I decide to be friendly, folks kind of like, wow, where did that come from? That's kind of, what people misunderstand.
You kind of have a switch in your personality as far as if it's work driven or off work driven. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say, Kelly, very similar to that. It's more, there's a time for work and there's a time for play, and I know the difference. And I think that's what people misunderstand is when they see me at work and then they see me outside of work, I may seem like two different people when I'm really not. It's just the environment that I'm in and I'm doing what needs to be done at the time, right?
Right. I so understand that. It's really different when you own your own company as opposed to when you are an employee. It is totally different. And it's really important to be able to make that switch from I'm being the boss right now and now I'm being Kelly. I know that switch and I get it. I understand it. You guys, when you have questions, if you could please start out all questions with 3 question marks to begin with, so it kind of pops off the page for me. I don't want to miss anybody's questions. I know I have fabulously uncomfortable ones, but you guys come up with really good questions too. Do you like to eat fish and wild game meat? And what kind of fish you like to eat? And what kind of wild game meat do you like to eat?
I do love to eat fish and wild game. Luckily, since I want to live a self-sustaining lifestyle, because you know what, getting up and taking care of animals every day is a chore, and the more you have, the bigger the chore is, right? But as far as fish, I'd say walleye is my favorite. Walleye or perch, same kind of family of fish. It's very light tasting. It doesn't have that really, really fishy taste. As far as game is concerned, I mean, I hunt a lot. So I've had everything from turkey to deer to elk to moose to bear and I would say definitely beyond a shadow of a doubt, a well-cooked moose steak or roast is probably my favorite.
That sounds amazing. I haven't actually tried very many of any of that. I'm very city You mean meat doesn't come from the package at the grocery store?
Yeah, it's not grown on styrofoam trays, believe it or not.
And now I live in the country, and across away from me is the baby barn where the extras have to go away to the home butcher. I'm in a new environment, but I so respect people who can do that. So he's on my list now for one of the end times. When we hit the end times, I'm going to show up at his place. Don't tell him that, though. I know where I'm deficient.
There you go. You're more than welcome.
Angie said, we used to go to Bass Lake every summer when I was growing up. That's very cool. Okay, JB says, do you remember Boblo Island? So fun. What's Boblo Island? Anybody?
I'd assume that's probably up near Aurelia.
Yeah, I don't know. Kenneth, buddy. Let me look at my first page before I mess it up. Yeah, Kenneth, do you want $50? Dude, get a hold of me. You won. Get a hold of me. See down there, Kenneth. You got $50 coming, sir. You need to get a hold of me. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, look at who's going to something really good this Sunday. Going to walleye fish fry this Sunday. I don't even know what a walleye fish is.
Yeah, it's really good. So Careless is in Ohio near Lake Erie. Lake Erie has some of the best walleye fishing in the world, actually.
Very
People
cool.
travel there to just to fish them, and they're very, very good.
And they go there to party too. See that happening this weekend on Sunday, guys. Question, John Mayo, do you know Looney 8 from Canada? Looter 8 from Canada. I know him, but do you know him? Looter 8?
I do not.
Okay, he's another channel. He's a very good channel. John, why don't you share his link? Sorry about that. I did like frog eggs. I ate frog eggs at Jim's house. I very liked them. I'm into trying all kinds of things. Just because I didn't grow up with a shotgun in the back window of my truck doesn't mean that I'm not into trying things. Scrapyard's in the house. Hello. JB is saying it was a Canadian amusement park with ferry boats for. Let's see. We have Bent Fork in the house. Hello. Boom, boom. Doing some stuff while we talk. Okay, I think I'm okay now. On we go. Oh, here's a good one. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh.
Hi, J. Paul.
So my death row meal, I guess, as they call it, would be medium rare ribeye steak, baked potato, twice baked potato. So that potato with cheese, sour cream, and bacon.
Yeah. Caesar
salad and blueberry cheesecake for dessert.
Oh my gosh. I like this man even more. I love food. Food is a good thing. Okay, let's see. Here we go. A question. Any truth to the accusations that you used to have a different YouTube channel before ATC? Because I peeped it. Did you have a different channel?
He said he'd peep it. So there's a thing. You know I am Zaxon, Kelly?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Zach thinks that I used to have a YouTube channel under a different name, and I do not. So apparently this guy looks and sounds like me, and I mean, from watching South Park, all you guys think that Canadians have those trash can lid heads that flap around, and then we all sound the same. But no, I mean, that being said, whoever this fellow was, Zach thinks really, really highly of him. So I would like to say yes, but unfortunately, no, I don't. And apparently, this guy did coin roll hunting, and I wouldn't know. You know what? When I think coins are neat, and that's kind of as far as it goes for me. And I'm no coin roll person or coin hunter by any means.
Yeah, I get excited about the coins I dig out of the ground. I also just recently joined a coin collecting club that meets once a month, but that's just to hang out with other old people.
I mean, it's interesting, and I think and I think it's like you for example, Kelly, you metal detect.
Mm-hmm.
Those two hobbies go like hand in hand, right?
Oh, I love the coins. I can't, and then you figure out the history for why the coin was there. I mean,
Yeah.
why if you look up Aberdeen, Washington, it's an old logging, they still do some logging, but not like they used to. Why is there a 1935 Bolivian coin? 2 of them, about 8 inches deep. Well, immigrants brought them over. And then you start looking up the history to see when people from there came to that area. And that's cool.
And that's why I love metal detecting in general. I would rather, I'll be going out to the Highland Games to, like I said, to detect coins. And if you've ever seen pipe bands, they're all dressed up in a lot of ornamental stuff. And, so I'll be looking for some of that. But because it's going to be hot out, so people are going to, and when you see the pipers, they've got their vest and their big jacket, and they're constantly taking it on and off. And but to me, metal detecting is about the story behind what got something there on the ground that I just found, right? And it could just be a regular old quarter, but where did that quarter travel, and why did it fall out on the ground? What was that person?
Right.
If you're doing a tot lot, obviously, and you find it underneath the slide, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Right.
But if you're in the middle, like you said, in the middle of a logging camp, what the heck is a Bolivian coin doing there? Right. And that's the intriguing part, right?
Right. It's cool. To me, that's why I even get excited about finding garbage, because when was the last time somebody touched that? Right? Even, old metal pieces. When was the last time somebody's touched that? Why in the middle of all these trees is 50,000 nails? And as far as I can see is trees. Hi, Mama Bird. Welcome. You guys can ask questions too if you like. Getting this there. Okay, here we go. That one's taken care of. Let's see. Angie is sharing Looter H channel out. Boom, boom. Let's see. Facts. ATC, we are the same person, I think, except for the ginger hair.
Yeah, careless is a good friend. No ginger hair, and I don't steal souls like all you ginger folks out there. And
is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Explain that to me.
That's kind of the ginger myth that they have no soul, so they have to steal everybody else's, right?
Is that because also ginger people have the myth of being cranky too? Or fiery and high-spirited?
Yeah, if you knew careless, you know that wasn't a myth either.
Right. So then they have to steal souls to make sure they have one. There are a lot, Scrapyard, there's a lot of detectors out there that are very reasonable and very easy to use. I still just use the Xterra Pro on factory preset. And I mean, I know people laugh at me about that, but I'm all about keeping things simple. It's cool to see what you can find. It's really and exploring in the water and stuff. So I want to know, and chat wants to know, ATC, exactly what you do for a Klondike bar. Okay, I would do a lot for a Klondike bar. So what would you do?
Not much. I'm more meat tooth than sweet tooth. So, you can have your Klondike bar. Now, I mean, if that was a good bag of beef jerky, then we'll talk. But
yeah, I just can be swayed with chocolate at all times, chocolate and caramel especially, and ice cream, because I don't have it in my house. So it's a rarity that I have it. So when somebody goes and dangles something like that in front of me, I do about anything. But on a daily basis, I don't have that stuff around. Down we go. Okay, somebody came in. I just missed it. Where are you? It went too fast. She'll come up again. Okay, next question. What are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to in regards to?
Anything. You have to tell me. You have to finish it out and tell me.
I mean, in general, I really look forward to my retirement, but I also will go as far as saying I don't like to look too far in the future. I like to make sure I'm set up for that retirement, and that is about it. I'm looking forward to waking up tomorrow and going to the Highland Games and seeing all the pipe bands, and then I'm looking forward to going metal detecting on Tuesday when they clean up all the tents and the vendors are all gone. And I like to live my life that way, 2-3 days at a time. And every year, of course, I look forward to hunting season. I look forward to when the winter comes. Winter's long in Canada, right? Winter is really long up here.
Yeah.
And so you need to have things to look forward to in that regard. So I look forward to when the ice is thick enough so that I can take my little ice fishing shack and my wood stove out on the ice and go for walleye. And I always like to have something in the near future, but no big, huge, other than retirement, no big, huge thing to look forward to. I will say, I've been dealing with not family issues, but just stuff as your parents age and get older, and you have more to deal with, right?
Right.
That care relationship kind of switches, right? And so it's held me back from traveling. I love to go to New England prospecting. There's a huge meetup. I know Gentlemen Prospectors going down in Coos Canyon in September, and it's really kind of doubtful with kind of that stuff that I'm dealing with now. Not that anything's atrocious; it's just regular life, right? And I'm really looking forward to being able to get back there, being able to have that freedom again.
Yeah, seasons passed. They pass and they pass, and you're in that season now. My mom just recently passed, and then my youngest moved out, so I'm an empty nester at this moment. A retired empty nester. I've never worked so hard in my life.
I mean, I'm a part-time dad, so to speak, single dad, and my nest is only empty part of the time, and I have 2 boys, and they tend to not be in both out at the same time. I had to kick one off of this computer in the back just to be able to do this, and so one's over there playing video games, and back to your thing with the ice cream. I don't have a lot of it in my house either because there's no point. If I get it, it's gone in 20 minutes. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but I know where it went, right on those hips. Let's see. Oh, here. Good question. How cold does it get up there in wintertime?
So we live in a Celsius world up here in Canada. We're not in Fahrenheit. If somebody could do the conversion, the coldest it's ever been here that I've been through, and I didn't have a YouTube channel back then because I could have made it one of those shorts where they throw the water in the air and it freezes, was minus 42 Celsius.
Oh my gosh. Somebody can do it. They'll do it in a second. Yeah, I didn't realize that I don't know why I didn't realize this. I'm in a valley at the bottom of a rainforest. The ocean's right down the street. Mountain range, different mountain range, different mountain range, different mountain range. And it's cold most of the year and wet, always wet. Didn't have any idea that would happen where I was at too. Relic Reapers in the house. Hello. Who else have we missed? Klondike bars rule, Kirama. Okay. I keep 90% chocolate next to my bed. Rolos are good. Oh, Joseph, I'm sorry. Joseph has no ice cream. Okay, down we go. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything with question marks, so I'm passing up to Mr. Tully's in the house. Burt Windows in the house. Tin Man's in the house. Hello, you guys. Remember, 3 question marks and a question if you got one. Minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. See, we have math people. Wow. Joseph says, ATC, who are you wearing tonight?
Only Canadians would probably know this. My wardrobe has 3 words: Mark's Work Warehouse. So in the States, I'm trying to think of the equivalent that you guys would have. It's kind of just like a store that sells all like Carhartt and plaid shirts and heavy jackets and workwear and stuff like that. So, yeah, nothing fancy. Sorry to disappoint, Joseph.
I think it sounds great clothing. Florida didn't get cold. Shorts and a tank top and flip-flops at Christmas. Oh my. Yeah, but you guys get way too hot for me. Hello, She-Devil. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, Tractor Supply here. Yeah, Careless Whispers. Tractor Supply is down the street, over there, up there. There's all kinds of them here. But I had to drive almost an hour to get to a Best Buy to fix the computer problem today. Toughness. Oh, so next question. What are you reading? Are you reading any books right now?
I don't read a lot, to be honest. I read so much for my work, and it's mostly technical stuff. I do a lot of AutoCAD. I don't share this a lot, especially in the community that I'm in here on YouTube, but I do a lot of work for mines. I do have a blasting license. I do core drilling. So it's a lot of schematics and reading all day long. And so when I get home, the last thing I want to do is read, and I don't like to really watch TV all that much either. I love sports, hockey and football, but I don't read a lot. That being said, I'm also the kind of person that if I open a book and I get drawn into it, forget it. I'm done. I can read a book that's that thick in 3 days if I have the time set aside to do it, right? So I do have some, I'm trying to think of some books that I really, really enjoyed. I really like the old Stephen King books.
Oh, yeah.
The newer ones I find are garbage. The ones that he put now, it takes him like every month he's putting out something new, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, like the old Salem's Lot and Skeleton Crew and Firestarter, and those ones are, I like scary books.
You can imagine so much scarier than in your brain. Yeah, I've read all the old Stephen Kings. Oh, yeah. I get that. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? Craziest, most spontaneous, dangerous, adventurous?
Oh, boy. So I just... I hope none of my customers are watching. So I mentioned that I do have a demolitions license. So I also, where I prospect, I'm also have my name in for the county. So I'm the guy that goes and blows the beaver dams. So when you blow a beaver dam, it sends the flood through the where I'm prospecting. It's downstream from old mine tailings, so it sends the flood through those tailings. So when I blow up the beaver dams, it really helps my prospecting out. But also being that guy and being friendly, I have a lot of people that ask me that have like a beaver dam on their property that is a nuisance, that they want to get rid of it. They miss, a lot of people will have a little cabin on a stream, for example, and the stream doesn't flow anymore, right? Because the beavers have it backed up and now it's just stagnant water. So hey, you do me a favor, I'll slip you a few bucks, and can you come blow up the beaver dam? So I went in and to a friend of mine's cabin, and I blew up his beaver dam. And I didn't realize there was a second dam about half a mile downstream from that one. So when I blew the first one, it washed out the second one, and then washed out a road. This is a gravel road. There's only about 5 cabins on this road, right? But it just so happens that at one of those 5 cabins, there was a wedding that day. And none of the people could get to the wedding because the road was washed out. And so 2 things. One, I was very lucky that the father of the bride who owned the cabin was there when I blew up the beaver dam, and he was all over it and loved it. And but then I have like a little Kubota tractor, and I actually had to go up to where the road was washed out. And I was actually I had my friend there with my little side-by-side UTV, and I was going across the flooded road with the tractor and shuttling people across, and then they were driving them up to the cabin in the UTV, right? But that was kind of big one that could have gone really, really badly.
Yeah.
It turned out something that and when I run into the bride and groom and the dad every year at deer camp, they oh my God, you know what? You made our wedding so memorable, but it could have gone really, really bad. I mean, the first guy I had to shuttle across was the priest, right? So,
right. Oh my, that's a great story. Oh, wait till you come back. You're off my screen. We lost him. It wasn't a bad question that I was going to ask. Hi, everybody who's been coming in. We're talking to All Things Country, ATC. I think you'll be back in a minute. I don't think it's on my end. We lost him for a moment. Come back, come back.
Can you
I
hear
don't
me,
see
Kelly?
you. I can hear you, though. I can ask you questions.
It's just disconnected from my camera. I'll work on it. Just give me a second.
Okay. You want to answer questions while you're
Go
working?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you use firewood in the winter, and what kind of firewood do you like to use?
So I live on, so my property is, my actual property I'm on, as I said, is about 10, 15 acres. So I use firewood from my property, and I typically use maple. Up the camp, we have a wood stove there, and I pretty much use everything that I can get my hands on, right, just to keep the cabin warm.
Mm-hmm. And then the next question is, how's the hunting?
It all depends what you're hunting for, right? What I'm hunting for at the time and where I am. The hunting around here for deer and turkey is absolutely fantastic. Sometimes what I'm after is more challenging, but luckily I don't have to rely on it to eat, right? So.
Yeah, I'm back. Are you back? Oh, nope, totally lost him now. Absolutely disconnected. He'll be back. Thank you guys for coming in and asking questions. If you have any questions, I'm sure he's going to be back. He'll figure out his connect problem. You know me, I hang all the time. And I'm sorry my coloring is so bad. I don't want to mess with it right now. When I get off, I'll mess with it and get it right. I had trouble getting this new computer up and running. The old one, which is only a couple months old, is not charging right. The charging is not connecting. So I'm going to go and say hi to Apple this next week and get them to fix it, because this computer is just a couple months old. Shouldn't be doing that. But in the meantime, I went and picked up a backup computer, because you do need to have backup to do these kind of things. And I truly appreciate you guys coming in and asking questions and participating. If you are a creator and you would like to be interviewed, we're going to have, coming up, we have Venture Du Low. And then we have Angie and Rick's Adventure. So Family Adventure. So those are the next two that are coming up on Friday nights. We are doing a giveaway. We are collecting names in order to be in the giveaway. Come back. You need to be here when we draw it. And the reason why that needs to happen is because otherwise it's hard to track people down. I still have from Tuesday, I have Kenneth Bird, and you won $50. So hopefully you can get a hold of me soon. And then I have Special Appeal. And I haven't been able to get a hold of every kind of, it's okay, All Country. We're all here. I know you'll be back when you can get back. But if you are interested in working on this project with me, of getting to know the people behind the channel, the creators behind the channel and their thought, please feel free to ask questions. Please 3 question marks before, so it pops out on here, so I can make sure I can pull you up. So I don't miss your question. If I do miss your question, forgive me, because you know, I am only human and my whole life lives on KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So, you know, that's how it is. And a few people have already texted me. I am not sick. My camera is just not filtering well. Okay, I am perfectly healthy. I know. Look at, I'm whitewashed. So is everything behind me. So we're okay. I'll have that fixed for next time. Oh, Kelly, you're not looking well. I love you guys. Thank you. I am alone, but I'm not alone. But I woke up this morning and it seemed to be one little thing after another. And dang it, this was going to happen today. It cost me a bit of money, but I should have a backup computer anyways for what I do. So once, the Apple one gets its charging problem figured out, Mr. Hiller Packard will go back in the box and back in the closet for when this happens again, because I want to keep it good. But I do appreciate you all coming and it's very kind of you. I think I have made everybody moderators as we're going. The reason why I make you moderators is I want it to be simple for you to check out other people's channels while we are doing these kind of Okay, there we go. I see all things coming. He said, add to stage, add to stage. There we are. We're back. Kingfisher's in the house. I know you were here earlier, but I thought you might have gone to bed because I didn't see you for a while. If you have questions, please put up your questions. Can we hear you all things?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah, we can. Good. You are here. You are here. I will always be giving away memberships. For some reason, I'm not quite in sync, which didn't surprise you. And we will keep working on it's something with the camera, honey, because on my phone, I look great. On here, I look sick. But thank you. I did. Then I woke up again. Thank you. Thank you. So any more questions? Because I have them. If you were in a house that was burning and you could only save one item, what would it be?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Can I say my safe because it's got all the kind of other items in it, or do I have to pick one, right?
No, I
that's kind of cheating.
I would say yes. You can answer that any way you want to answer it. That's part of you direct them. Tell us a lot about you.
Yeah. So I got careless down there. Says kids or dog. That's a whole other topic. That's not an item. I have a hunting rifle that was gifted to me by somebody very, very special, and that got me into hunting in the first place. And that would, if I could only save one actual item, rather than, of course, I would go for my safe if I could go for my safe. But if I could only take one item, it would be that hunting rifle.
Would your safe actually make it through a fire? Is it a fireproof safe?
Yeah, it is. So you know what? I just failed. That would have been a stupid thing to grab, right? It would have survived anyway.
I didn't know. I know that my mom had
yeah, it's a fireproof safe, right? It would have.
My mom had a few fireproof filing cabinets that we had to figure out how to dispose of, and none of us could move them.
Yeah. Just run into the house. Let's run into the house, ATC, and save the one thing that's not going to burn. That was pretty dumb.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. How many pots of coffee do you drink a day?
Typically one. I would say one. But I drink the whole thing. I have like a 32 ounce. I mean, here, like what I'm drinking from tonight is this is the mug my kids bought me because I like coffee so much. Yes. But typically I have like a Yeti mug. It's one of those 32 ounce jobbies, and I'll refill that a couple times a day. So it's pretty much a full pot. But I stop normally, like by dinner time, I'll have an adult beverage, and I'll stop the coffee, because if I drink after supper, like if I go to a restaurant, for example, and they'll offer you a coffee. Sometimes they'll offer you a coffee after supper. If I have one, forget it. I'm up all night. Done.
Mama Bird wants to know favorite band in high school.
Well, I I'll give you two, because one is they're called the Tragically Hip. They're a Canadian band, which you guys probably would never hear of. They sell out massive stadiums here in Canada, and played it. They used to play. I mean, the lead singer's passed away, unfortunately, but when they played the U.S., they played to a bar that had 200 people in it. It's just kind of the way it is. But so there's them, and I'm a huge AC/DC fan. Saw them in concert. Absolutely love AC/DC.
That's actually one of the questions is, what was your favorite concert that you went to? Live concert.
Yeah, AC/DC was really good.
Yeah. Angie wants to know, ATC, what was your childhood like?
I would say very good. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. And we lived in a very modest home, very small, and my parents to this day are still kind of tight with their money. I don't want to say that they're cheap, but they're they're very tight with their money. They live conservatively, and they bought a small cottage, and that's where I spent a lot of my summers and my weekends, and that's kind of what my childhood was like. So your typical childhood, Monday to Friday in school, and then weekends we'd go off to the cottage, and it was all hunting and fishing with Dad, and roaming the woods, and just turning me loose on. And up there was I had thousands of acres to play with, so going out and keeping myself out of trouble there.
That is such an amazing way to grow up, as opposed to people who are stuck in the city. My grandparents owned Point Maglee on Lemmy Island, and we would go live in the garage. It wasn't like, the house was not good enough to live in. We lived in the garage. But we would go there from the beginning of the summer to the end of summer. We had a 12-foot rowboat with a 9-horse motor, and us kids would be out in the strait around the Fuca, and we just go, 7, 8, 9 years old. And kids today don't get to do that, and it's so sad, but.
You know what? I think what's even sadder is a lot of them don't want to do that. I can remember being 9, 10, 11 years old. Further your story with we had the 9.9 Mercury on the back of the aluminum rowboat, and
yes, was it a Sears and Roebuck? Was it a Sears and Roebuck aluminum?
No, it was actually we had a Sears and Roebuck that was like our little motor there. It was little blue and white jobby with a big square. But we had a Mercury 9.9 Merc, and my most exciting, proudest day was the day that Dad said, "Hey, you're old enough, son. Take the boat out. Be careful. Wear your life jacket," type of deal. And then I could go, being able to go out on the big lake and go fishing by myself and not needing Dad to go with me, right? So that is a
big deal.
I try and teach my kids those things, and doesn't dawn on them. Not their thing. They're not their. I mean, my boys do like the outdoors, but in metered doses, and
right.
Trying to when I was their age. Well, not their age. My oldest is 20 now, actually, but my youngest is 14. But when I was 12, 10. Try finding me in the house. Good luck. I'd be.
Yeah, no.
I was that kid that would, my mom would be giving me crap when I got home because I was, supper was served and I was out playing ball hockey with my friends or running around doing God knows what and playing in the woods and out on the creek fishing and and then it just never translated to my kid. But it's all my kids' friends are like that as well. It's not just them. So it seems like their generation.
It's the generation because they were taught to fear and they were taught that they can't. And no one spanked them when they got hurt. If I came home hurt, I got a spanking, folks. What the hell did you do and why were you so stupid to do it? It's like, don't do it again. Walk around with a broken arm for 3 weeks before my mom would get an x-ray.
I can remember like the biggest thing I've given my kids crap for was putting in a video game, there's like in-game purchases. I'm putting in-game purchases on my credit card without asking. At that age, the biggest thing I got in crap for with my parents was soaking, 3-4 pairs of socks because I kept falling in the creek trying to hop from rock to rock, and I'd miss one, and that was it, right? That's what. So it's such a huge difference in generations.
Yeah, yeah. It's just different. And I think they really miss out, you know. We weren't afraid of things, you know. I was afraid of my parents. But I also knew they loved and cared for me. Yeah, you didn't tell them when you did something stupid. You tried to but we were allowed to go do stupid stuff. We were allowed to be out and have fun and explore, and it was amazing.
And that's
You know?
and that's how you learn that actions have consequences, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
If you
definitely.
don't go out and you do things, then you're never going to learn that.
Right. And this generation doesn't know that. They don't know anything about it. Everything's too dangerous, too scary. I mean, when I got my driver's license the day I turned 16, I wasn't going to wait till day 2. You know, I'd already been driving trucks around on other people's farms. I've already been driving boats around. Different generation. Next question. Do you find morel mushrooms in Canada?
There are in certain parts of Canada, and there's actually a short on my channel. This is the first year I've ever seen a morel mushroom on my property. And all of a sudden, those buggers kind of pop out up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, one day I went out in the morning, was having my coffee, and sat on my front step, and I looked down, and there was like one, and then 10 feet from that one was another one, and then like, holy cow! I'd only ever seen them on other people's channels on YouTube that I watched before. So yeah, I mean, this is the first year I ever had any. I picked half of them. I let the other half. I think you're supposed to let them spore out, kind of, to make more. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see next year. But yeah, they were tasty, especially with a steak.
Oh yeah, for sure. Add some onions. Hello, Chasing Miss Charlie. Chasing Miss Charlie has a new channel, guys. Check her out. See, down we go. Down we go. Looking for Motorhead. What's a Motorhead? Down we go. Do we have any other questions, or I'll go to my questions? Oops, Prairie Prospecting's in the house. Hello, Prairie Prospecting. You're new. Big shop blue, so you can share your links. You guys know you're allowed to share your links here. I encourage it. Please share what you're proud of. Connect your videos, your channels, all those stuff. Just keep it up. We all grow together. Okay, down, 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 down. That's okay. We're down at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Let's pull another here. If you could have dinner with one person, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Wow, there's so many. And funny because there's probably be few, if any, people in here that would know who this is, but there's a guy by the name of Henry David Thoreau, and he wrote a book called On Walden Pond, and it was all about him getting away from the city, which, I mean, we're talking back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it was all about his experience through his eyes. His whole purpose was to go build this cabin with his own 2 hands and write the book. And every day, as he was building the cabin, he would go through what he saw and what his experience was, and how it made him feel. And I think if there was anyone I could sit down and have dinner with, it would be him, because the book was so riveting for me, because that's what I'm interested in. But if you've ever read a really good book that's written a certain way that just kind of rings true with you, it just really, I can imagine if reading that book was that good, how great it would be to have a conversation with him one-on-one over supper or a couple drinks.
Great answer. I wrote him down, so I'll look him up. Check out his book. Let's see. How do you want to be remembered?
How I want to be remembered. I think at the end of the day, it's not over, not being remembered about one thing. It's being remembered about overall who you are. I want to. I would like everyone to remember me as an honest person, a face value person that whether you like me, love me, or hate me, I'm exactly who I am from today to tomorrow. I'm the guy you see on YouTube. I'm the guy here talking to you, Kelly. I'm the guy that talks to my friends. Um, you know what? I am who I am, and I'd like people to say, well, when they all come to my funeral, which I probably won't have because I'm not into that stuff, but say, that ATC guy, man, he was a son of a bitch, but he sure was a straight shooter, right? That's kind of how I'd like to be remembered.
That is good. That is a good answer. Kingfisher's question: which famous person has had the biggest influence on you? I'm going to write that question down too. That's a good question.
That is a very, very good question. Famous person. I mean, it's a tough one because one of my pet peeves with this day and age, and I won't get into politics because I'm not a very political person. A lot of celebrities misuse their celebrity to push their own agenda politically. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of one that really, really stands out to me. Matthew McConaughey, of all people. You guys know who Matthew McConaughey is?
Isn't he the kid who did the Home Alones?
No, that's Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, okay. This girl doesn't watch TV.
Matthew McConaughey he's played in a lot of different movies. He's a pretty famous actor, but politically, he went on The View, for example. He was being interviewed, and this is not about the Democrats or the Republicans. In fact, I'm Canadian, so none of that is really even like politics. But he went on the show, and they tried to corral him into answering a question because they're very anti-Republican and anti-Trump, which is not what this is about. And they tried to corral him into joining them. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Listen, my political beliefs are my political beliefs. He's a lobbyist. He's his stance on gun control, which is as a hunter and someone that lives rurally, is very, very important to me. Mm-hmm. He believes you don't have to. He's the type of person that is not extreme this way or extreme that way. And we live in a world right now, I feel, that people have to be all pro-Republican or pro-Democrat, pro-gun or anti-gun. And he's like, and a lot of things that he preaches there are in between common sense, what he feels is common sense. And he's the type of person that you can sit down and have a discussion, just like you and I are having now. And he'll admit when he's wrong, or he'll have that discussion will be civil. He's just, in a world where we're full of all these celebrities pushing their agenda, he's just that mellow guy that has his beliefs, shares them with you, and will listen to yours. And not everything is about being wrong or right. So that's someone I'd love to emulate. That's somebody that I try to be that way. I try to hear people out and common ground. I'd rather find common ground than differences.
Right. When did we start doing that? Throwing out the differences instead of celebrating the common stuff. And thank God we are different, because if we were all me, that would be a bad world. Very boring. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Hello, Texas Donna. And I think AU came in the house too. If I miss you, it's because we're talking and soon we will be focused on chat. If you have a question, 3 question marks and ask the question. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be? Shh, blind boy, quiet.
If it was an animal in my house, I'd be my dog, because he is ridiculously well taken care of. He's down here. He's down here sniffing around at my ankles right now. Hey, puppers. But hands down, I'd be a wolf.
A wolf. How come?
There's puppers now.
Hi, Bobby. Oh, so cute. I have a
Yeah,
couple of those.
because I've always admired it as a hunter. I've always, and I've spent a lot of time. I was stationed when I was in the military. I was stationed up north, and I got to see how wolves live, and I've always admired. Wolves can live either solo or as part of a pack, and sometimes they'll venture off and do their own thing, and sometimes they'll come back and be part of the pack, and and the pack always accepts them when they come back and understands when they want to go out and be alone and do their own thing. I think they're very admirable animals in that facet. So yeah, that would be the animal that I would pick.
Don't they also hunt and take care of their old?
They do. All of their old and disabled will in a wolf pack. If wolves, and believe it or not, wolves will get attacked by things like bears and other wolf packs if they stray off their territory. The elderly and disabled ride at the front of the pack, and that's so that nobody gets left behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was also I was listening to a thing on them too, and it's like they're protected, and they're protected by the other ones, and they're fed by the other ones, even the old ones. And a lot of animals in the kingdom don't do that. They actually kill off their old, and they're disabled. And I thought that was amazing when I heard that about wolves. And I thought it was
actually. And it's funny because no one's going to ask me what I think the most despicable animal is.
What is the most despicable?
There's an animal. I traveled to Australia once when I was, in the military when I was younger. And there's an animal called a quokka. It's like a marsupial. It's like picture a cross between a koala bear and a kangaroo, right? So a koala bear that keeps its babies kind of in a pouch. And if the mother's in danger, from a prey animal, it'll start throwing its babies at the animal.
I'm sorry, I hung for a moment.
That's okay.
Living in the country, baby.
Yeah. Well, same. I mean, when I dropped, we're both on Starlink, right? So
yeah.
Elon's got a gap in his satellite, and there I go.
I tried to reposition it too. I think we need to make a few trees go, and that's not. These trees are really big and tall and old, and that's really not my wheelhouse to bring down trees.
Yeah, so a quokka is kind of like I said. It's between a kangaroo and a koala bear. Mm-hmm. And what happens is when a mama quokka gets cornered by a predator, the first thing it does is throw its babies at it. I'm not even joking.
That is awful.
So I mean, I guess nature can be cruel, and I guess the theory in nature is baby's not going to survive without mom, but if mom survives, it can always make more babies, right? But when I sat here, sharing my wisdom, so to speak, about how I feel about wolves, the quokka is like on the opposite end of that spectrum.
Absolutely. I didn't even know that kind of animal exists. I know though that there are ones that will actually eat their young if they think their young's in trouble. Can't remember which ones.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like rats or something like that.
Yeah, I know hamsters eat their babies all the time. From being younger and having friends that had them, but yeah.
I got lost again. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay, what's your dream vacation?
Geez, that's also a difficult one. There's so many places I like to go. So one thing, people might find this boring. I think Canada is a beautiful country. I think the U.S. is a beautiful country. I think we're all of us North Americans are very, very fortunate to live where we do. Mm-hmm. So where a lot of people, I've been to Australia, loved it, but there's parts of my own country in Canada that I've never seen yet. I think my dream vacation would be one of those. It would have to be a long one, but it'd be a tour of Canada, seeing my country from one side to the other, because I've seen a lot of it in different spots, but I've never been to all of it. Same with, I'd love to travel more in the U.S. I've been to California, Arizona. I have been to Washington, actually. I've done all of New England, Florida, all the typical stuff, Texas. But there's so many nice places in the U.S. that I'd love to see as well, right? So.
Oh, and Starlink was doing so good there for a minute.
It's all right. I find it actually kind of goes through a little period, right, where it misses a satellite, and then all of a sudden it's much better.
What is the one thing you want to do or accomplish in life?
I think, it's a simple, and I keep mentioning my retirement, my cabin, and being off grid. I would love, and it's always been a work in progress for the 20 years I've owned it. I would love to one day walk to the edge of my lawn on where that cabin is and look back and say, wow, I did it. It's done. I mean, it's always, it's always going to be a little work here, a little fix it there. Maybe we'll add a bigger fan of the outhouse so it doesn't smell so bad, something like that. But just to be able to sit back and say, wow, I did it. It's done. I'm so happy with it. I mean, I'm happy to have it, but it's not done by any means yet, right? So it's once the solar's installed and I don't have electricity there anyway, in terms of them bringing in electrical lines. But right now, I run partially off a gas generator to be able to not have that, and just look back and the thing's completely self-sufficient, and I can go in there and I can cook my meals. My fridge is running, and it's all running off my solar, and everything's stable and steady. My garden's full and doing well. I've got a little pen with livestock in it. Be able to look back and say, wow, I did all that, right? It's done. Now I get to just sit back and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I so can feel that. I don't know if you know it, but at the first of the year, I bought a 1930 farmhouse that should have been condemned. They just didn't get around to it. On an acre in the middle of all the dairy fields. That's where I live right now, from the city. and the thought of that too, that's so exciting to me. The thought of getting to a point where I can say it's done. I don't think I'll live that long, but that dream, yeah. Oh man, that just sounds good. If you could pick one place to prospect, where would it be?
I prospected in Alaska, was kind of a bucket list item, and I've prospected in Australia, which was like bucket list item number 2. You know what? And believe me, or if you want or you don't, having been on YouTube for eight months, I would love. I see these guys that you went to Freedom Fest, Kelly. They just went to the Yuba is the big one right now. That's on the bucket list now. To go to one of those places now with all these wonderful people that I've met, and it's not even about whether or not I get gold anymore, right? It's because Alaska and Australia was, I want the big gold, I want to find a nugget, which I didn't find a nugget in either place, to be honest with you, but I did find good gold. But I'd just like to meet some of these people like yourself that JP from JP's bar, some of these awesome people that I chat with on pretty much a weekly basis, and in some cases almost a daily basis. I think that would be a hoot to spend like a week with that. That's the bucket list now. Wherever they are, that's where I want to be for a week.
I have a blast. I'm not even a prospector. I go hang out with them at the river. It's just so much good people. And I did a 29-day
I saw
tour.
somebody's video that go ahead.
I did a 29-day tour, and that's what I did. I went and saw people.
Yeah, I was with you the whole way, actually.
It was amazing.
But I saw somebody's video.
Mhm.
I forget who it was. It might have been PA Patriot Prospecting's video,
Mhm.
and you were in there swinging the detector, and you weren't working real hard.
No, I'm just
Like I
screwing
could
around.
tell you, like when I saw you, I could tell you were having fun. It wasn't like I gotta
Yeah.
find it. It was, and I'm like, yeah, that looks awesome.
ATC,
And
I'm always just screwing around, having fun.
and and then I look over at because when I make a video and I'm out by myself and I'm prospecting,
Uh-huh.
um, I'm trying to kind of show people this is where I go for the gold. These are,
Mhm.
I'm on this inside bend. Look where the heavies have dropped out. These are and I'm somewhat serious about it, but I try obviously to have a good sense of humor in my videos. But even then, like, so PA Patriot was there in his own video and he's leaning up against the shovel. And I think it was Aqua Donkey Prospecting was there with him, and he's leaning up. I mean, they look like a gang of city workers, and you kind of come behind with the detector, and you're going,
Yeah.
"Hey, boys," And it was like, man, those people are having fun. They're not all
Yeah.
worried. There's no fun. You're not going to get rich off prospecting anyway, unless you're
Yeah.
you're super, super lucky. But I mean, everyone looked like they were just having so much fun. So
The
yeah,
wealth is the
definitely
time
that's the next.
together. Yeah.
That's the next bucket list item. That's the next prospecting spot, is just where a bunch of the gang is, so I can meet everybody.
Definitely go if you get a chance. It's well worth it. Super fun. The wealth is the people you meet. That's the treasure. And also too, I don't do anything it's real serious anyway. So I don't go out there, and if I find nothing all day, I'm happy. If I find no garbage, I'm happy. It's just getting out. If you guys have not seen ATC's videos, you got to go see him. Spend some time and watch his videos. It'll make you feel good. You explain things. Now I have a smile on my face every time I watch your videos. When you come up on my homepage and I hit play, I know I'm going to smile. I know I'm going to learn something. You're going to explain it so I can understand it, which is sorry, rocking awesome. And you're going to do it with humor. And I like it. Not to put any pressure on future videos, but I'm down in the creek with you. So after I watch a video or two of his, one of the things I want to do is get down in the creek and hang out with him. I just want to go hang out with him. Whatever. What do you want to do today, Kelly? Just don't make me go shoot the deer. Okay, I'll go with you. Don't make me shoot it.
You're making me blush here. There's a fella that I was, one of the most things I cherish most about YouTube. I have folks, Careless and I are good friends. We're on we're on Instagram and we chat every once in a while, whether it just be, at least once a day we touch base, about the weather. I have folks that, hey, what do you think of this metal detector? And they'll email me. And next thing you know, we're friends. And the biggest compliment that anyone can ever give me is there's a fella that does metal pours. His name's Metally Corrupted. He has a fantastic channel. And he made a comment on one of my videos. I think it was actually my latest video. And I've had this before. And he said, you know what? I just love to sit down and have a few beer with you and shoot the crap. Right? That is the biggest compliment anyone can ever give me. Not, hey, you're the most knowledgeable, awesome prospector I've ever seen in my life. I wish I was as smart as you. I just want to sit down and have a few beer with you. To me, that's the biggest compliment you can give me.
Good to know. You can have the beers because I don't drink, but I'm actually allergic to alcohol. Isn't that sad? That is, my kid said something to me one day that surprised me. My kids said to me, and this is probably the biggest compliment I could get as a parent. And they said to me, Mom, we have to love you because you're a mother. It's like a commandment. We're stuck with that one. But Mom, we actually like you. We actually like being around you. And I was like, okay. To me as a parent, that was the biggest compliment. And to me, the treasure when you get out there is not actually what we're doing. It's the people you meet and the people you hang out with. And
treasure's kind of cool too, though.
Yeah, okay. Give me a $20,000 diamond ring because I really want to build a shed out back.
It's not even, and it's not even that.
It's the people.
it's like we were talking about earlier, Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
It's the the coin that may not be worth anything,
Right.
but how did it get there?
Right.
One of my
Is it
most recent
weird?
prospecting videos.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a bottle that I found.
Oh yeah, I saw
This
this
was
one.
so I told you at my camp. It's at an
Mm-hmm.
old gold mine. It's downstream from an old gold mine. My camp. So
Mm-hmm.
this bottle, it's so when I cleaned it, it was brown, and you can see it on the video. It was like rust brown. And I brought it home. I soaked it for a few days. I took steel wool and tweezers to the inside, scrubbed it all. It's outside. It says Menard's liniment on it, so it's for soothing aching muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm half a mile down from where the mine site was, where the trauma was, and I'm thinking, yeah, and there's nothing around for miles and miles and miles. And there's a very good chance when I looked this up, I was only able to find it in antiques on eBay.
Uh-huh.
There's a listing for a bottle just like it. It's from the 1930s, and which is the same time the mine was running. So this bottle was probably used by some poor guy that was shoveling, feeding that trommel that I'm getting my gold from.
Right.
To me, that's a huge treasure. It may
That's
be worth
amazing.
it may be worth $15-20 to somebody else as something to put on their shelf and put some
Mm-hmm.
fake flowers in or whatever. To me, it's absolutely awesome. There's history behind that, right? You
Yes,
can't
and
replace that.
your hand's the next one touching it. Do you know what I mean? That to me is just amazing too to think about.
Yeah.
Dan Hollow wants to know what your favorite color is.
Oh, my
What's your favorite color?
my favorite color is it's actually a tough one. Orange, which is probably
Orange?
a weird answer. Fall's my favorite time of year. I live in maple country, so the whole hillside turns bright shades of red, yellow, and orange in the fall, and that's my favorite. That fall orange. Hang on a sec, Emmett. Grab him a treat. He'll follow you right up. Go upstairs, grab him a treat from his cookie bowl there, and I'll follow you up, pal.
What is your most interesting find?
My most interesting find. Ooh. Put her. So this was on a recent video, actually. This is a nugget, a huge nugget, but it's not a gold nugget. This year I've been finding a lot of pyrite, so fool's gold.
Yes.
And as I said, I'm prospecting downstream from that mine. So that is the pyrite nugget that I found this year. Look at the size of that thing.
Well, I can make you full size. Let's see. How do I do that? Be smart, Kelly. Nope, that was me. Nope, let's do it again. Oh, now where'd you go? Then you were there. Then does this make you? No. Well, this? No. I'll figure it out for next time. Oh my god.
We got like a 2-person Brady Bunch thing going on here.
It's just me.
But yeah, that's
guys, I can't make it bigger yet. I'll figure it out for next time. Sorry.
Yeah, so pyrite is metal clusters that grow. It grows completely in cubes.
Is it metallic? Will it stick to a magnet?
I don't believe pyrite's metallic. It's metallic, but I don't think it's magnetic. No, pyrite's not magnetic.
I'm sorry, I meant magnetic.
I knew what you meant, and I messed it up too, so don't feel too bad.
That's okay. As long as you know what I mean, don't listen to what I say.
So yeah, I mean there was that, and I like to hunt euperlites as well.
Yeah.
So euperlite is a stone that glows under UV light. Euperlites come from. People think they come from Michigan. They don't. They come from Canada and they land in Michigan. Okay.
Right. Everything rolls down.
And this is from Marathon, Ontario. And I don't know if I've got my UV light. If people can make out the shine on that.
So how do you know? If you need that light to see it, how do you know it's a Uber light or Uber light?
A euperlite? Yeah. Because you hunt them at night with the light.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, that makes sense.
So picture going out metal detecting at night with your, So, but instead of listening for a beep, you're looking for an orange glow.
So if I'm going and I see an orange glow, pick up the rock.
Pick up the rock. And I mean, they call them Uper lights, but it's actually a mineral called sodalite that's inside the rock that glows, and you can actually find them all over North America.
Oh, very cool. Okay, if money wasn't a factor, what would you do with your time?
Hunting, fishing, and prospecting. And the irony of that is, none of that costs a lot of money. It doesn't have to. And that's one of the things, you know, Kelly, like when I get on your channel and I hear people, you know, when you start talking about YouTube and people, well, how do I get started? And your answer is the same as mine always is when I tell people, how you get started is you get started. You make a video, you post a video, and you just do it, right? You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You don't need a lot of gear. You don't need to over edit the thing. Make something that you're happy doing. If it's 5 minutes of you playing with your dog, or it's 20 minutes kicking a can down the road, whatever makes you happy to post, you do that and you post it. And it's the same thing. If money was no object, that's fine. I'd still be doing the same things. I just wouldn't have really cool gear to do them with. That's all.
Right. Probably wouldn't have to go to work either then. Retirement would be early.
There you go. My cabin would be done by now, and I could be on the yard looking back saying, hey, I did that.
My house would be done too. My walls wouldn't have big holes in them. Anyway, what is your biggest pet peeve?
I would say my biggest pet peeve, I'll put it in regards to people, know-it-alls.
Yeah.
Know-it-alls drive me absolutely nuts. I think I live my life every day, and I've said this on my videos. I've said this to people that ask. Every day I go prospecting, I learn something new. A lot of times I watch other people's prospecting videos, I learn something new. I watch your metal detecting videos, I may learn something new. The minute you think you know everything is the minute you stop learning. So, and you know, I'm a polite person. I guess it kind of comes with being Canadian. But at the end of the day, people will, who are know-it-alls, I'm polite. I was like, oh yeah, that's great, and I just move along. And you'll probably never hear from me again because I just don't want to butt heads, or you know, you're just not my kind of person. I'd rather learn from you and have you learn from me, and we both walk away from our friendship or relationship better.
Right. That sounds awesome. One thing that I don't I'm not a know-it-all, so I don't understand know-it-alls, first of all, is that every day I'm alive, every year I'm alive, I find out more things that I didn't know. So I actually find out that I'm not as smart as I was. Because you know these things, right? And as life grows, you know these things. So as life continues, there's so many other things you don't know about. To think you know it all, you're missing out, folks. So missing out on
what
life.
exactly?
So things to learn and grow and do and change. That's a good answer. Good answer. Do you watch Griddlelessness? Who's that? Is that a channel? Gridlessness. Is that a channel?
No, I don't. That's probably a YouTube channel because I do poke around on YouTube at some of the homesteader and off-grid channels, log cabin building channels, stuff like that. I enjoy it. That one doesn't ring a bell, but I do watch some of those channels.
Down we go. Any more questions? Oh, thank you for posting channels. Someone had hit a milestone of 50 subscribers. Congratulations. Sorry, I missed that part. Firefighter detecting's in the house. Joseph only drinks at work. Joseph, yeah. Joseph is one of my favorite supporters. Joseph is a rockin' awesome guy. Joseph, you rock, my friend.
It's hard not to like Joseph. And he's a huge supporter in the community as well. He's everywhere.
Great guy. Hey, Valhalla, I have bald eagles all over my valley. I have to watch the little dogs and the cats. I think they already got one of my cats. because she's just gone. Well, you guys, we have been like well over an hour now. I've kept you over an hour, all things. Is there anything else you would like to share? I know we have more questions in the chat. I see at least two more questions. Here, well, let's get this last question for you, and then sum it up. Tell us stuff you want to tell us about you. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? And
clairvoyance.
why?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back. So clairvoyance would be like knowing the future, being able to see into the future. And I think that would really make life boring. So I'm going to take that back. It's one of those things that came right out of my mouth. And then when I said it, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. A superpower. Jeez. That's a tough one. I wish I had X-ray vision. So not for the dirty reasons. I'd just like to be able to see where the gold's hiding.
Sure. Hi, BC. How are you? What would you like us to know about you and your channel? What would you like to know us? Oh, he ran away. He'll be back. Oh, I hear your voice. You're still here. Your voice is still here.
I don't know why the camera cuts out like that.
I don't know. We'll all get better tuned up eventually.
It's not you. It's not you. It's me, Kelly.
We'll eventually have a whole crew who can help us with these things. So what would you like to share with us?
So as far as my channel goes, I would say, I'm one channel in the community, right? And the community's been really welcoming and receptive to my to be monetized in 7 months is pretty incredible, I think.
I think so.
If I can give anybody one thing I'd like to share.
Oh, no. He'll be back, guys. He'll be back. Oh, no. Come back, my friend. He'll be back. We lost him before. Joseph. I so like you, Joseph. You're such a good guy. We lost him. Oh, no. Do you guys think that helps once you learn the person behind the channel? Once you've seen and spoken to the person behind the channel, it makes watching their videos a little bit different. Oh, we'll wait and see if he comes back. Oh, can you link me? Yeah, the links is posted at the top. Is it still there? I can share again. Hold on, let me share because I'd like to wrap this up well. Invite, copy, put that down there. Then we go like this. How did I do it before? Paste. Boom. There it is again. Here it's coming. Boom. It was also 2 at the top of YouTube. But I put it back in there again. Come on back, my friend. You love seeing the person behind the channel. Me too. Oh, Toby. You hear Toby? Toby's not doing well. Yeah, I think it's a great thing to do. That's why I do those traveling. I'm sure he's going to be back up here in just a second. I just shared the link out again. So I would like to say goodbye to him. Come back. So next Friday will be Venture do Low. And let me check the date on Angie when we have Angie here. I'm sorry about my choking dog. Yeah, this is Toby's being Toby and not as well as we hope. Angie, does the 16th work for you or when is your big day? Angie, is the 16th good? I'll share the link again in case he's trying again. Copy. Boom, 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 paste. Different computer. The finger things are all different. There you go. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it's nice to meet people. What was that? I said, Angie, the 16th, Friday the 16th. Your giveaway's the 13th. You know what? Okay, then I'm going to do this. Angie, does Friday the 9th work for you? I'm going to ask Venture Dulo to change to the 16th. Let me get a hold of Venture Dulo, and I'm going to ask him if he'll change. Oh, 16th. And we'll do yours on the 9th. Would that help you? Because I want people to get to your giveaway. Does that work, Angie? There he is. Oh, device not connected. Maybe he's going to be here. Hold on. He's trying. He's trying. Device is not connected. Okay, I'm going to ask Venture Dulo if he'll change, okay? Because he was on the 9th. But I'll ask him if he can do the 16th and see how that works for him. Because I'd like to get you up to your 2,000. She only has till the 13th to get to 2,000 to do this giveaway. So, you guys, if you have not checked out Angie and Rick or shared her out, please try. Hey, blind boy, you're okay. You're okay, buddy. And we'll see what we can do about that. We'll hope. Let's see if he can make it. If he can come back up, I hope so. Could somebody share his link out again? If you guys could please all go check out his channel. After watching this and having the opportunity to ask questions of him, it would mean a lot to me if you guys could please go and watch one or two of his videos and comment on them. Hold on. I'm just going to open this door for Toby. Come on, Toby. I'll open the door for you. Yeah. Come on. Don't fall off the porch. I didn't want him to fall off the porch. I don't have the back porch done yet. I have to finish it before he falls off. I don't know if he's coming back. Let's see if he makes it. Boom, boom. Paste. We'll try it one more time and see if he gets up here. Let's see if he texts me. Boom. We'll give him a few more minutes, guys. We can actually go and do the drawing. You want to do the drawing now? 56 away. She's 56 away, guys. Today's date is 8/2. Again, Kenneth Bird, get a hold of me. You have $50 coming your way. And Special Pill has $25. Today's giveaway is going to be $25. You have to be present to win. Because I think Fridays are going to grow really big, and it's going to get harder and harder to get a hold of people. Memberships, you never have to be there because I can always find you through the membership world. Though, Kenneth hasn't got a hold of me yet, but I went to his YouTube and there's nowhere to get a hold of him. People who are viewers, who are not creators also, the people who are not creators, if you can make a email just for YouTube and put it in your description, then we can get stuff to you. We can get a hold of you when you win. And I mean, it's very helpful. I mean, if you don't want to put one that all your stuff is, just do a special one. You can most emails, you can make sub accounts and just make a sub account for it, or make a Hotmail account that you only check for that. Because then as people who are giving gifts away and stuff like that, we can get a hold of you, which will work. I don't know if he's going to make it back up. Hey, Jason, how are you? So everybody, can you take a second now and everybody make a whole bunch of comments, please? Just say comment. So I make sure that you have had the opportunity to get your name in. I don't want anybody to be missed. Let me go double check how this is going away. If he comes up again before we're done, we'll chat with him. Howdy, Jason. Welcome. email and Yahoo are free to make email accounts. Yeah, then we can get a hold of you because I hate to be able to give stuff away. So I am going to look at the clock. When it hits 36, we're going to pull it up and go. Keep making comments. Bart, hello, Bart. Great to see you. I am sorry, chat, if you feel ignored today or if I missed you when you came in. That's not my intention. And today is about the channel we're spotlighting. So I do really depend on you guys to ask questions. Put 3 question marks before your questions, and I'll try not to miss you. If I miss you, it's not intentional. I'm not trying to be, your question's not important, because everybody's question is important, and it helps develop a better questionnaire of people. Okay. All Things Country was our interviewed person today. What do I call that? Interviewee? Somebody who was interviewed. His channel is amazing. He's an amazing man. I always smile when I watch his channel. Okay, is Timmy Ray in here? Timmy Ray, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Timmy Ray has started up a new channel. You guys go check him out. Well, he started putting new content on, which is awesome. Remember, Chasing Charlie's a new channel. There's a few people here I don't know well. Bent for Prospecting. I need to check you out. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Okay, I think I've given you guys enough time to make comments and run the tool. So let's go present, share screen. Boom. Share. We're going to get all the buttons right. Looking for it to come up on YouTube. We had some amazing adventures today to get to this point. It started off today with funness. And the whole day has gone downhill all the way till this. Ran over to Best Buy, which is not like next door. You guys, nothing's next door to me. It's like a 45-minute drive one way. Grabbed another laptop, came back, decided I needed a backup laptop anyways. My nice one is going to go in and get looked at because it's only a few months old and it shouldn't be causing me problems like it is. And I wanted tonight to happen. So now I have a backup. So as soon as our one that gets all the fun stuff, when we do the fun stuff fixed, we'll be back on that one. And I'll try and fix my camera for Tuesday because I do look ill. Thank you to all you people who were concerned and text me. That was really nice. I'm not ill. It's just my camera's not where I want it to be. Okay, here we go. We ready? Let's go, guys. Everybody's ready? Boom. Remember, you must be present to win. Stuck on you, Magnet Fishing. Are you still here? Say hello. You can't see the screen. It's too small. I'm sorry. Stuck on you. Say hello. Back over to studio. Is Lindsay in the house too? Stuck on you. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Careless, for helping. Thank you for being here, Jason. We'll be here next Friday. Next Friday will be Angie. Friday after that, Venture Dulo. I'm going to check with him to make sure that is okay because he did have the next Friday slot first. If it's not, we'll flip it and put Angie back. Did we see Stuck on You yet? Yes, we did. Hello, Stuck on You is still here. Stuck on You, my friend. Get a hold of me. Email there. Make sure you say Stuck on You Magnet Fishing in the description, please, so I know. And then give me the information. You won $25. Yay, he's back. You won $25. Okay. And you can get that in an Amazon gift card. You can get that on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. Okay. But you just send me an email. Give me the information I need to contact and connect up with you. And then I will send that to you. And look who's back. Stop. Yay!
So I don't know if you noticed, my puppers was running around there, and I'm like, my dog never acts up. He's a really good dog, but one thing he's afraid of is thunder and lightning, and that's was going. It actually kicked me. It kicked me off, and yeah. So the puppers is in his crate. He's feeling better. He's safe and sound. I got that taken care of, so we're good. Unless I get lightning strikes near the house, we're good.
We're good. Okay. So we were wrapping this up, and what I wanted to know from you is, what is it you'd like to share and let people know about you and the channel the most? What do you have for parting thoughts, parting words? I am really excited that we're back to doing this. ATC, I would like to see you again in a few months and, see how your channel's grown and stuff like that. What would you like to share? What would you like us to know that we didn't cover?
So one thing that I'm all about is community. The community here on YouTube has been super welcoming. I'm at 800 subs now. 800 plus subs. I'm monetized, all that stuff, but none of that, all of that aside, I think what I'd like to share the most is for some of the folks out there, because like I see Chasing Miss Charlie in the chat. I see Angie and Rick in the chat, right? Angie and Rick are at 2,000 subs. I think what I'd like to share the most is, just enjoy what you're doing, and people are going to come. So don't worry so much. I see so many people when I go to all these chats, right? Because and I try to watch everybody that are so worried about how many subs they have. Just be yourself. Enjoy what you're doing. That's the most important part. You're not, unless lightning strikes you, the YouTube lightning strikes you, you're not going to get rich doing this. Have fun. And people, what I have personally found, whether, I've had ideas in my head for a video that is the greatest video, and it's absolutely tanked. And I've had ideas in my head that, I got to get a video out this week. So, I'm just going to go out and have fun. I did that sidewalk sweeping video outside the jewelry store. I said, I've seen people do it. I don't think I'm going to find anything, but I'm going to goof up around, and I'm going to dress up, and I'm going to pretend that I'm, a city worker and sweep the sidewalk. And I went out and I had a blast, and the video did really, really well. The snow was melting. I set my gold equipment out in one of my best videos to date. I set my gold equipment out in the middle of, not the middle of, the end of winter time, because I couldn't get in the creek. And I ran some dirt that I had stored in my shed over it. And, I was just joking around with the camera and saying, God, I can't wait until the creek, and having fun. And that video got, 4,000, 5,000 views. My personal experience, if I could share anything with anybody, is people want to have fun. People want to see you having fun. Joy is contagious. Enthusiasm is contagious. Love what you're doing, and the people will come. Don't be so focused on, oh my God, because I've seen so many people get that way that they're just not, to the point that they're not having fun anymore, and they quit. Don't quit. Just have fun. Be part of the community. Enjoy everything for what it is. And you know what? The views will come. The subs will come. People like me, I share people's channels out. Kelly, I see you obviously sharing people's channels out. Folks, as they get, Kelly, you're obviously way further than me, and you're sharing people out. There's people under me, and I'm sharing them out. And everyone there's plenty of fun to go around. So just have fun and enjoy what you're doing. And if you don't have a channel, I'm not encouraging you to have a channel if you don't want one. But just think in your mind, don't go into somebody's content and say, wow, that's not a very good video, or it's not refined, or the editing's not so great, or just think of how much courage it takes that person potentially to get in front of a camera. And they're doing something that they want to be kind, be kind to each other. They're doing something, they're trying something new. And with some people, they're right on that edge, and they could end up down the road being one of the greatest YouTubers ever. You never know, right? But the bottom line is be kind, because that one rude comment can sometimes be the difference between that person making another video and never being on YouTube again. And that's really, I don't think that's what we want as a community.
No. Yeah. There, at the level I am at, I will go into, I get a lot of brand new channels to my homepage, because that's what I watch. That's what I comment on. That's what I watch completely and comment on too. And so YouTube feeds that to me. It's viewer driven. Okay. And I don't care how poorly done their video is done. they will never, ever get a thumbs down from me, ever. They get a thumbs up, and they get a comment, and they get a positive comment because they got out of their space and did something. And to me, that's a win.
And exactly. And what if that person sees your thumbs up? Who do you as the saying goes, be the change you want to see in the world. So
Right.
Would you rather be the person that made a rude or snarky comment because their camera was shaky or their sound wasn't great and ended that person's YouTube experience? Or would you rather be that person that went onto somebody's video, found the good in it, even though the camera was shaking? You could see the person was laughing, having a good time maybe, and you made a comment, hey, it looks like you're having a good time. Keep up the content. Thumbs up. You could just be you could be the person that spurs them on and says, you know what? They really like when I was doing that. Maybe I'll make another video, but I'll try a little harder. And this time I'll put a little bit more effort into the editing. And, you could be that person that pushes somebody along and makes a big change because people take this stuff very, very, very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, so like I said, if you're a YouTuber, keep pushing, have fun. If you're not a YouTuber, you're just you're a viewer. Encourage people, be kind, and I guess that's really what I'd like to put across. That's what I try to do every day when I come here on YouTube is I scroll down. I have certain channels that I've had people that I consider digital friends that wanted to stream live from a creek, and they only had 47 subs and they needed 50 to go live. So I'll throw them on my community tab, or I'll mention them in other people's streams. YouTube is as life is, right? Just be kind.
Be kind. I like that.
It's so simple, but it's so and easy, but it rings so true. I know people have been really kind to me, and it's been very much appreciated. And one good kind comment, or someone telling me they'd like to sit down and have a beer with me, that makes my day, right? So it doesn't take. Sometimes that little comment that you made that some person could be going. Because all these YouTubers you see are just people, just like us.
Just people.
And that little comment you made could make somebody's day, and that could make them put out an awesome video in a week or two's time.
Anything else, all things country?
No, I just want to say that you know what? I've seen all the messages in chat. I'm flattered, first of all. I'm blushing a little. I'll hold up the coffee cup because it's red. It might offset that. But I'm flattered, and I'm also
He'll be
honored.
back. He'll be back. I lost you.
I'm still here.
I must have got lost. I missed your last comment. Sorry.
No, but I mean, I'm flattered. I'm blushing a little. I said I'll hold up the coffee cup to offset the red a little bit. But honestly, it's such a great community, and that's all I want to share is for the folks in chat. I know. My kids are like that. It's like online is like a distance thing. It's not so much of pretend if you looked in that chat room that all of us were sitting in a room together right now. And what a great bunch of people. We're on a platform where all of these people that you and I see, Kelly, down this right-hand side could be making rude comments, saying stupid things, and they're not. They're looking out for one another. They're talking about each other. Someone says, hey, I posted a video. Next thing you know, because people are shy to put up their own links, someone else is putting it up for them.
Right.
I mean, how awesome is that? And
it's amazing, yeah.
If you're having a crap day, what better community to be part of than somewhere where you can go online just like this. And you don't have to say anything in the chat, but you can. And and you might say a little something, and someone might make your day a bit better. So yeah, I mean, you guys are. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So that's what I'd like to leave everyone with on a positive note. Is thank you so much for coming to Grandma Kelly's stream. Thank you so much for watching my channel, for turning out here, asking some funny funny questions because I have a sense of humor, and some of these have been actually pretty damn good.
And we have one parting question from you from Angie. ATC, tempted to jump in the bubbles.
The bubbles. Yeah, that my live stream with all the bubbles. No, and the only the only reason it's hard to obviously I don't know what I would have in my video that would give you a perspective for size, but I'm 6'1", 225 pounds at last weigh-in. That pool is 8 inches deep. A big jump in there. A big jump in there is not good for me or anybody else.
Oh, I'd get in the bubbles.
I could crawl into the bubbles. I could put my feet in the bubbles, but yeah, that's a quick way to empty that pool. I'll just put it that way.
Well, you guys, I think it's time to sign off, and I want you guys to all have a beautiful weekend. All Things Country, thank you so much for coming on. We will be back to doing this every Friday night. If you would like to be interviewed and you are a creator, please get a hold of me. Email is going across the bottom. It's in my About page. You can always try and find me. The last bit of people who came in, I didn't have a chance to say hello. Thank you for coming. We appreciate that you're there. Check out your new channels and your new buddies because we're crossing paths with other communities, which is always an awesome thing to do. It's how we help each other grow. Remember to try and look at life at the positive. If you want to find the negative, you're going to find the negative. If you want to find the positive, you'll find the positive. That is your choice to whatever way it is you want to look. I would like you guys to have a beautiful weekend. Get out. Do something. It's good for you to get outside. There's a reason my mom always kicked my butt outside every day. It's a good thing to do. And All Things Country, I would love to stand in a stream with you and goof off in the stream with you. I want to say Pan for gold, but he's seen some PA. He's seen me when I hang out with the guys, and I'm just more playing around than I'm doing anything. But I would love to go play around in the streams with you someday.
You're welcome anytime.
And you are welcome here anytime. I do have 4 bedrooms and a working bathroom currently. So if you ever need a place to stay down in Elma, everything's going on around us.
I'm a dude, so the working bathroom is just a bonus.
It is a bonus, I think. The outhouse I had for the first month and a half was interesting. And the showering wherever I could take a shower, that was interesting. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. Captain Jack is just sneaking in here. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Love y'all. See ya. Bye.
Night.